to have plus. I didn't even have to ask for it. Since you all loud and whatnot, you know. Come on. Y'all give it up for Solo. You gotta clap like this. You coming up here. Camera on the wrong direction.
Reciting poetry, drinking beer at the same damn time. Alright, first one I'm gonna do is. Did you sneeze? Alright. Alright. My favorite poets. I don't feel anybody spitting at open mics these days, so my favorite poets are the ones who show up and leave with the baddest bitch, I mean, woman at the venue. My apologies for... Hold up, my bad. I forgot that's for the first time I performed this one at the venue. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Alright. I don't feel anybody spitting at open mics these days, so my favorite poets are the ones who show up and leave with the baddest bitch, I mean, woman at the venue. My apologies for calling her out the name I don't know, but I've been calling women bitches since the age of 7, and I haven't been off my paws long enough to realize that a lady stands on 2 feet. I'm 26 now, I promise I'm still growing up. I found out recently that some artists are so married to their work, they rebuke happiness with a significant other. See, I don't exactly share that sentiment, especially since the majority of my scriptures came from moments where I had no one to listen to my screams or hear my whispers. Stroking the hard pen in my right hand, leaving behind stains from a dirty mind, fucking emotions. Masturbating these past 14 years, all I ever wanted was...
Tell them why you mad, son.
Oh my God.
Masturbating these past 14 years, all I've ever wanted was someone to have dialogue with or share common interests with, like hip-hop, anime, NBA basketball, herbs, and sex, in no particular order. Sharing private conversation I've often had with myself at open mics, subjecting myself to the court of public opinion whether I was guilty or not was something I settled for, until I got mistaken for an artist. So now when I meet strangers, I introduce myself as such, because that happens to be the most appealing thing about me to those who don't know me. Ironically enough, the more I write about me, the more I'm afraid to be that. See, this might only make sense to me, but I dislike myself less as an artist the more artistic I become. I know dudes who look up to poets like Saul Williams, Gil Scott, and whoever happens to be the feature on any given night. But I'd rather be a family guy like Cliff Huxtable, Phil Banks, or even an Al Bundy. But I have daydreams of waking up on a king-size bed inside of a castle I built, not giving a fuck if I'm conscious or not. So far I'm not, but so far I'm just a mama's boy who's just a chip off the block he was raised on, typing in poems in my BlackBerry on the bus coming home from work. So if you hear me calling any her a bitch, just know that I'm not necessarily trying to slander a gender. Instead, I'm desperately trying to exercise the one living inside me who's better at talking it than he can walk it. At the end of the day, I'm not knocking those of you whose ambition is to be a poetic superstar. I just have moments like this where I feel like being a grown man is way more rewarding. 1.